In the last video, we created our first Rails application. In this video, we'll be adding our first pages. So first, let's open up our command line. Now we need to navigate to the folder for our app. If you don't remember, you can type ls to list out the folders that you have available. Here we can see we have the Etsy demo folder that we created last time. We can navigate to that folder by typing cd, which stands for change directory, space Etsy demo. Now that we're in this folder, we can go ahead and create our first web pages. Almost all websites have an about page and a contact page, so that's what we'll be making first. We'll hold off on creating a home page for now. So in our command line, let's type Rails generate controller pages with a capital P, about with a lowercase a, and contact with a lowercase c. What this command is doing is it's telling Rails to create a framework for these two pages that we want to build. These two pages will be called about and contact. So let's hit enter. We see that Rails has created these files automatically for us, and we can actually view these two new pages we've created by launching our Rails server. But unlike last time, instead of launching our Rails server within this tab, we can open up a new tab. I'll do this by going to Shell, New Tab. Here, we first need to navigate to that same folder, so I'll type cd space Etsy demo. Now that I'm in this folder, I can type Rails server, or even Rails S for short. Now that the Rails server is launched, I can open up my Google Chrome browser and go to localhost 3000. You'll see that this is still the default page that we saw last time. Our new pages are located at localhost 3000 / pages / about. You can see it says find me in app views pages about.html.erb. So this is the default page that Rails gives us. The same is true if we go to localhost 3000 / pages / contact. You see it's the same. We can actually edit the content that we see here by using our Sublime Text. So we can open up our Sublime Text by going to our command line, going to our original tab, and we can type subl dot. Alternatively, you could just open the Sublime Text app separately. Okay, here are all our files. We can see the files for the two pages we just created by going to the app folder, under views, pages, and we see here we have the about page and the contact page. Let's edit the contact page first. Okay, so what we see here, we see that the code is actually written in HTML. HTML structures our content by using tags like this one and like this one to organize our text into headers, paragraphs, lists, and so on. So here we're saying that this text is going to be a header, and this text is going to be a paragraph. Every time you open a tag like this, you need to close the tag by putting this slash in front. Okay, so let's change the text that's here. I'll put an h1 tag, which is saying I want this to be a header, and I'll type email us at abc@etsydemo.com, and I'll close this by putting a slash. Then I'll start a new paragraph, and I'll say copyright 2013. I'll close this. I can save this by using a shortcut, Command S, and I can actually view this again by going to our Google Chrome and refreshing this page. And here we go. This is the new content that we created. So let's do the same thing with our About page. We'll go back to our Sublime Text, and we'll open up this About page. We'll change this here in the same way. So this time I'll write welcome to Etsy demo. You close this h1 tag, and I'll create another header tag, this time a little bit smaller, h2, and I'll say Etsy demo is an online marketplace for buying and selling handmade goods. And I'll also put the copyright as well. There we go. I'll save this, and I'll go back to our Google Chrome, and now I can go to localhost 3000 /pages/about. And we see this is the content that I just added. Okay, so in this video we learned how to generate new pages with a Rails generate command. We can see this by going back to our command line. We see all we really ran was this Rails generate controller pages about contact command. And that's all we needed to do to create these default pages. Then we used our Sublime Text to edit the content behind these pages. In the next video, we'll be creating some links to connect these pages together.